In this video, I'm going to show you how we can scale your business from 6 to 7 figures and how we do it for our clients. Even if you have no marketing experience or tech experience, I will walk you through step by step on how our AIA framework works and how we leverage personal branding combined with Facebook value-based marketing. And we take our clients from no leads to so many leads they can't handle them. And so we implement the last step of our framework, which is AI-powered CRM and chatbots. And all of that so we can actually take control on your business and stop relying on marketing agencies, consultants, marketers. So no more $5,000 courses from gurus that never worked in the first place. This framework will show you everything that we do for our clients and how you can copy it. Each of the steps that I'll be talking about will have its own dedicated video, so don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can see them when I release them. As you can see, we've got a lot to cover in our framework, so let's begin with step number 1, which is personal branding. Before we even start, I want you to understand that people don't buy from businesses and they don't buy from profiles that look like this. People buy from people, and ads are a multiplier. They are not a magic remedy that will make your problems go away. If you struggle with sales now, the ads are not going to fix it. You have to look for problems outside of marketing. Maybe your product is bad. Maybe your online presence is bad. Maybe you don't do good enough of a job. There can be a lot of problems, but I promise you this, if you don't have referrals as of now, and some people might hate me for saying this, but if you don't have referrals and you're not getting clients without ads are not going to fix it. You will just end up burning money. I've been there, I've done that. I've signed people that I shouldn't have signed who expected magical results when they weren't getting sales organically to begin with. You need a personal brand, and few good examples you can see as I've got here. So how do you build personal brand? So I'm just going to give you a few quick examples in here. Most important is to have a clean Instagram profile which will serve as your landing page combined with YouTube value-based marketing. So what does that consist of? On your Instagram, try and look up Alex Hormozi or any other bigger influencer and try and copy their Instagram profile structure. Make sure you have 2 to 3 follower ads and the rest of the posts are value-based. You're not trying to flex, you're not trying to sell. You just show people what you do, how you do it, and why you do it. That's how we get sales. You can see that bigger influencers are doing this, bigger companies, and you will also be able to see how I do it on my own Instagram profile and how this whole funnel works. When it comes to YouTube, you should have a VSL, video sales letter, which explains on why you do, how you do it, price transparency, who is your ideal customer, and you should also put objections. So if you don't want cheap clients, explain that this is not a cheap process, what goes into the process, and trust me, the right prospects will do business with you. Step number 2 is funnel hacking. So before launching any kind of ads or before spending a dime into your marketing system, you should already be familiar with who are you up against, what's going to happen if you run ads, but 50 of your competitors do, obviously. If you haven't done your research, you might be burning money. And so it's very important to funnel hack all of your competitors. And how do you do it? Well, our process is simple. First, we are going to go through all of your competitors' list on Google Pages, go to every person's website, submit a bunch of inquiries. Now, what's that going to do to us? Well, we are going to learn if they have any kind of nurturing sequences, how soon do they get back to you, do they quote you prices through email, SMS, how soon do they call you, and just the general vibe on who are you dealing with. Are they aiming for affluent customers or are they aiming for less affluent people? After that, you need to do an audit of all your competitors' social media accounts and see what their funnel looks like, what's included, how many testimonials do they have, what's the vibe of the page. Again, are they targeting affluent people? Are they targeting specific niches like, let's say, car enthusiasts or classical car owners, luxury car owners, stuff like that. And at the very end, we will go to Facebook ads library and all the competitors that we found, we are going to try and find every single ad of theirs. We are going to go through their forums. We are going to go through their landing pages. We are going to call them. And so by the end of this, you should have a very clear picture on what you're up against. Now, if you want some examples, think about it like this. You can start running ads and hope for the best, or you can know exactly how much do your competitors charge, how soon do they get back to leads, who is their ideal customer, what kind of ads they put. Not only this, but you can also see which ads are performing best just by checking in since when are they running, are they active, what do creatives look like, what do call to actions look like, what does ad copy look like. Now once you have all of that, save all of the information you collected into some sort of notepad or Excel sheet. Now we are going to go into phase 2 where we go from no leads to so many leads you can't handle all of them. The goal in here is once you have a foundation, ads are going to serve as a multiplier. So if your brand is really good, you will get more money for your buck. Let me begin by talking about targeting, which is what most people get wrong and what we also have a huge advantage on. And that will come super handy for anyone running ads in a financial niche or any industry that Facebook loves to put restrictions on when it comes to discrimination, and that goes especially for financing. So for most people, they can go either broad or interest targeting. Now, interests are a little bit outdated. With broad targeting, on calling out our audiences by making the perfect ad copy. If you want to target affluent people, we will do just that. A lot of the times people focus on targeting anyone just to get those leads, except those leads are not qualified, and they will never be because they use the ad copy to targeting the wrong audience. There is of course other ways of making better targeting, such as website visitors, customer database. If you already have a database, we can make a lookalike audience. Lookalike audience is when you take a bunch of data on a specific type of person, you show it to Facebook, and Facebook will go ahead and find you people that are similar to them. Now we've got around 40 accounts rolling in various industries, so we've got a lot of data that we can boost Facebook ads performance. Not only this, but we also have trained pixels in specific industries like detailing, dealerships, real estate sellers. So any kind of account that's plugged into this will instantly receive a boost in terms of quality prospects. But we also have a super weapon, which is Oracle. But what is Oracle? If you thought Facebook targeting is creepy, you know, when you talk about something with your friends and 5 minutes later Facebook knows about it, Oracle is worse. This is an example of the targeting that we can push to Facebook and we can actually find those customers. Very useful when it comes to financing. So for example, if you're trying to sell cars and everyone keeps telling you that you cannot find affluent leads for vehicles on Facebook, it's simply because they don't know how. Those people exist on Facebook. I know for some of you it sounds like an urban legend, but it is possible to target them. With our custom targeting, we are able to find people with 800 plus credit scores, detailed income range. If you want people with $150,000 income home, we can get that. If you want people that have a swimming pool, we can get that. If you want Amex holders, we can get that. Sky is the limit. And it works like a charm for industries that are known to be restricted within Facebook. So now that we got over the targeting part, let me tell you about different types of ads and who do they work best and why it works so good for our clients. There is more than just two, but these two are the ones that we use the most for our clients. So we've got follower ads and we also have a direct ad. Now let me start by saying that follower ads are mostly intended for coaches. It works for most businesses, but coaches leverage it the most. Remember when I was talking about personal branding? So this is exactly what you need to do for those follower ads. So think about it like this. You've got your personal brand. So we will start by getting your followers. After you have followers, the AI will message them and qualify them. After they're qualified, they'll book a call. And this is exactly how it looks like. This is an example conversation between a lead and our AI system. Feel free to pause it, but this is how it looks like every day. It doesn't matter if there is 1 lead or if there is 500 leads per day. AI system is always there to support you and handle all the client's communication, so you can focus on closing those leads and appointments that actually show up and are qualified, instead of wasting your time on people that were never qualified to begin with. So as you can see in here, if they are not qualified, they'll go back to nurturing campaign. But if they are qualified and they schedule a call, here is the cool part. If they are not buying from you yet, we are going to retarget them with your other reels so that they end up buying from you at some point. But if they do schedule a call and they do close, congratulations. You can then put them in a nurturing campaign so they can buy more from you at some point. Now, direct ads work a little bit different because it's a funnel that works for all of the local businesses. So before I jump into this, you have to understand that whenever you start running ads, Facebook has no idea who is your ideal target audience unless you have a lot of followers and engagement. So how do we combat this without ramping up your costs? We start by targeting top of the funnel, which is forms, lowest friction level for people to submit their lead forms. Now, what does that give us? It gives us the cheapest leads possible, which might not be as qualified as you would like, but they are cheap, so it compensates. Now, how do we battle that? After they submit a lead form, we push them to a survey where we qualify them more, and after they submit a survey, we push them to make an appointment. Now, 50% of those leads that submit a form will qualify themselves further down and submit a survey, and maybe 30% of them will book an appointment. Now, keep in mind that you're paying the lowest amount for those unqualified leads, but some of them, like I just told you, will qualify themselves further down, so you end up getting higher quality leads for less money. Not only this, but the next time you're trying to run ads for an appointment or a survey, Facebook already knows that these are the type of people that they need to target in order to get those appointments or surveys. After that, the process is the exact same. The AI will qualify them and book an appointment with you. Now, before we jump into the last part, I wanted to talk about expectations and realistic results, because not everyone will have the exact same results. Some people might make a lot of money, some people might make some money, and some people will go negative because they shouldn't have run those ads in the first place. So, going up by our clients, what affects the results the most? So, is the industry, it's ticket prices, so how much do you sell your services for? What is the sales cycle? Is it a few days, 1 week, a month, 3 months? Comparing results from a local boutique or a dentist to a solar company or a real estate company doesn't make any sense. They will have very different results. Now, the next stuff will be more applicable to dealerships or solar or real estate companies with a longer sales cycle, maybe home renovations or bathroom remodeling. Those guys have a longer sales cycle, and if you can't sell, or if you try and sell first thing on the phone, you will fail. It's not going to work for you. Because when you were calling up a lead, and we've had to teach our clients all about that because they were picking up phone calls and giving quotes over the phone. Never do that. The first thing people should be doing, and I'll make a separate video on it, is always book a consultation either on the phone, in person, or at the person's house. Through SMS they'll block you, over the phone they can hang up, but what will they do in person? You can be a lot more persuasive and it builds trust. The last bit is social proof. Now this is my all-time favorite because when I was first starting out 2 years ago, I signed people that I shouldn't have signed. Guys with 0 reviews, with 10 reviews, with 15 reviews, and they were expecting to sell high-ticket services just because we have ads. It doesn't work like that. If you have 10 reviews, 20 reviews, running ads is pointless. You need 50, 100. Think about it like this. If you run ads and so do your competitors, they have 10 times more Google reviews or a better Instagram page. From your prospects' eyes, who do you think that person will choose when you have little to no results? It's best to build up your personal brand first and after that dive into ads. Now, what does the timeline and the budgeting look like for this? Let's start with timeline. To build up your personal brand might take anywhere from 2 weeks to a month. We are going to pick the follower funnel. We can start as soon as 3 to 4 weeks, depending on how soon can you make those videos, post them, and get some engagement going on. For normal ads, it will take as long as you're getting those reviews, videos on YouTube, and videos on Instagram. Assuming that you already have all of that, it will take us around 10 days, or it should take you around 10 days to build all of this stuff yourself. First month is always spent on testing. Remember this, if you have no data, and I mean absolutely no data, Facebook has no idea who to show your ads to. So the first month should be spent on testing everything. Expect to go red before you go green, because that's what it is. Second month, we will be testing out all the campaigns, should be split tested, picking winners, picking losers, and making your new control version the campaigns that already is winning. Now, month 3, month 4, month 5, those months, once you have figured out the golden goose and you've got those ads running, this is where you can sit back, relax, and scale. Because if you get 1 to 2 sales from an ad, might be okay. But if you've gotten 10 or 20, that's a whole different story. This ad can now run for months. Now, what about budgeting? How much does marketing cost? How much should you save up? Now, anyone saying that you can run ads for $5 or $10 is delusional. Here's what's going to happen if you're planning on spending $5 to $10. You're going to lose the money because Facebook cannot show your ads to enough people to figure out who to show your ads to and what's going to convert. The first month we were running B2B ads, we spent around $3,000, and the first 2 were wasted on shit leads. But the last month actually got us 5 clients. And this is a scenario that we'll encounter in any type of business. That's just life. So you have to grow thick skin and accept that sometimes the first month might be very difficult, but after that it should be a smooth ride. Now let's talk about what's going to impact those results and how much do you have to spend versus how much you actually pull out of this. First, I want you to scrap out the idea that cost per lead is relevant. It's not. The only thing you should care about, cost per lead and cost per acquisition, how much you spend and how much is your acquisition cost will depend on those factors. So quality, what kind of quality leads are you looking for? Now, cheap leads doesn't mean good leads. Matter of fact, the more expensive leads, the higher chances, if done properly, that this lead is qualified and will have a shorter sales cycle. Now, intent. If someone is qualified, do they want your service now? Do they want it in a week? Do they want it in a month? Or are they just looking around? Stuff like that. Little things, but they do matter. Another one, account history. If you have no history on your account whatsoever, expect to go red. Facebook needs to learn who to show your ads to and who's going to buy. You cannot go on a brand new account and expect conversions day one. It just doesn't work like that, and I know a lot of marketing agencies and a lot of marketers will argue with me that no, you can't get conversions the first week. Yes, you can, but people that are promising those results the first week are not marketers. They are straight up liars that are desperate to get customers. Another thing is marketing style. Are we going for short-term sales cycle or are we going for long-term sales, which will end up being cheaper? Now, if you want an example, we can talk about having an ad that advertises to new car owners versus to people that haven't picked up their cars yet. The first one will sound something like, attention new car owners. The other one might sound something like, hey, Did you just buy a car that's going to be delivered in 8 months? The other one might sound something like, if you just ordered a car, you have to read this. And it will be a lead magnet, which will then educate those people on what can go wrong during the delivery. So when they go to the dealership, pick up their vehicle, they can look out for things that could be wrong, in which case you save them money, and they will go to you to spend that saved money with you. And as I was saying before, the only thing that should matter is cost per acquisition, not cost per lead, not cost per appointment, cost per acquisition. Cost per lead will vary so much, cost per purchase. So for example, in here we've got an account that has cost per purchase $17, cost per website submission $16. And what do those numbers mean? It's irrelevant, because if I go to another client account, we are getting leads for as low as $1. So they require a different spend, and they get different type of results when they have different sales cycles. It's all about what is your business, what are your goals, and how soon do you want to get to those goals. Remember, Rome was not built in one day. It takes time to have good marketing strategy, and it takes time to execute it. Some of our clients have super low conversion rates, but when they do convert, they make a shit ton of money, and as you can see, and some of them have a decent conversion rate and they still make less. One of them sells solar panels, one of them does plumbing. So now let's talk about the most important part, because some businesses don't need marketing, but they have too many leads, so many leads that they cannot handle all of them, and they end up wasting a lot of money. Now, if you want a very specific example, one of our dealership clients was losing $1.2 million each year because they were missing out on 20% of the phone calls that they were receiving. And if we do the math, if they had around 24% conversion rate, with each deal costing around $5,000 to $6,000, you do the math, they were losing a lot of money. And all it takes is a good system that's going to handle all those leads and turn them into sales on autopilot. Now, how do we do that? So let's just say that we've got leads on a different stages of the funnel. We've got people on Facebook that are top of the funnel, which means that they are lowest quality, and all the way down to Google leads, organic leads, and referrals. Now, if we've got all those people coming through to your business, to the CRM, here is what's going to happen with our system, and the system that you can develop yourself as well. First thing, which a lot of people don't even have, is qualifying process. So with us, we make sure to qualify them from Facebook or any kind of website form that you have, drag them through a survey where we qualify them by intent, book an appointment, and track who shows up and who sells. Here is a screenshot from our CRM, how it looks like from our client's campaign. You can see that they submitted a lead form, they went through and clicked a trigger link. Trigger link is a link on SMS that someone clicks and you can track who clicks that. After that, this guy qualified himself further down by booking an appointment. And after he booked the appointment, he qualified himself further and checked all the vehicles that you've got available. And if you're wondering what type of things you can ask and milk out of those campaigns in terms of lead quality, here is an example on our dealership campaign. So these are all the questions that we can ask people when they go through our lead form and then survey. You can see that they've got a great credit score, has a down payment, decent income, and is looking to get it in 2 to 4 weeks. So you see how we on purpose ask how soon are they looking to get that stuff done? It's because we want our conversions to come in as soon as possible. We don't want those shoppers when they'll say we are looking for quotes or we are looking to buy in a few months. We want people that are looking to buy now, so we can report that data back to Facebook so they can give us highest quality leads. Now let's talk about personalization level and what are you doing, what is your competitor doing, and what we are doing, and what can be done. When you're getting a lead, first thing that matters the most is speed to lead. If you're getting back to leads after 5 minutes, forget about it. Some people take 2 days to get back to them, we take 1 minute. And it's not just any type of messaging. We've got a sequence for every business that is hyper-personalized. Now, I want you to think about when is the last time you've seen something like this, if ever. A lead comes through, our system then goes to our database and sees that our client has posted an Audi on his Instagram page. What it's going to do next is going to send a link to that customer with a car that we know this person has. So the end result is, as you can see, this person has seen our link, is very happy, and soon turned to a conversion. This is what this person received within 2 minutes of when they came through from ads. Now, who can compete with something like that? After that, our process is simple. After the initial sequence, our AI is going to qualify those people. If they're qualified, it's going to send them through and try and book an appointment. If they're not qualified, it's going to add them to a nurturing campaign. Now, most people give up on sales after they try to get the lead for 5 times. We don't give up for 12 months. Our nurturing campaigns start day 5 and they last for 12 months. We explain the process, price transparency, free tips, lead magnet, freebies, and every 30 days they are getting retargeted again in the hopes of converting them. This is what it looks like from our CRM end, and you can see there is sequences going for around 365 days. Okay, but what happens if someone does convert and it's a sale? We want you to make the most out of your buck. So we are going to retarget those people every 30 days, asking them for referrals and asking them to buy from you again. Now, the last but not least very cool part is that you will never receive negative reviews using this system. We are sending them to a custom page where they can leave a review. If they give you any less than 4 stars, we are sending them not to a Google My Business page, but we are sending them to a custom page with an anonymous survey when they can give you feedback and be honest on what are they upset about. Now this way you're only going to catch 5-star reviews while you can forget about all those 4-star and less. Now if you need help on setting this up for your own business, go ahead to my profile, click this link. Feel free to schedule a consultation with me or join our free community where we can help you. Now if you like what I'm talking about so far and you see value, drop me a comment on what you want to see next and subscribe so you don't miss the next video where I talk about how to schedule your first ads and how to use our system in more detail.